Ladies and gentlemen, we're back with another Pokemon investing video. And today we're going to get a little serious here. And we're going to talk about some of the singles that I just have been really looking at and kind of just eyeballing if they're worth it or not. And I mean, these are totally up to you. Like I said, I don't think they're solid, A tier investments. But I will say I still think they're not terrible investments. So I'm going to go over some of the cards I have, and then some of the cards I don't have that I still think are really good pickups. Okay, so we're going to start with Drowsy, which I paid too much for, but still think that's a good pickup. Venusaur, this just dropped to $50. We're going to throw Alakazam in there as well, because Alakazam just recently dropped from almost $60 to $30. So I think that's a good pickup. I think Venusaur is a good pickup. I think Skymory is another good pickup. Beautiful card. I think Metagross is a good pickup. I think Gardevoir EX is a good pickup. It just dropped to $40. It was a $60, $70 card. I still think this, if you can get it hella cheap, even though it's just a troll card. The Mimikyu and the Lickitung. I think all of those are good investments. The English Lickitung, not the one I have. I just bought the one I have for fun. Okay. And then we're going to hit it with the Mew. I think it's a good pickup. The Lugia, I think, is a really good pickup. The Squirtle, I think it's a really good pickup now that it's dropped to $50. The Terapagos, from that set, it was a $90 card. It is now $40. So just something to think about. That is really cheap for a chase card. The Persian, because I think Shroud of Fable, it needs its main chase. It needs its main $200 card. And I feel like the Persian is that. So the Persian, I think right now, $30. Yeah, you can't go wrong with that. The Hydro Dragon EX, I think that's a good pickup. If you can ever find a Glaceon level X, which that's next to impossible. The Gloom's not a bad buy for it being really cheap. It just dipped a lot. And one of my main tier heavy hitter picks is Deoxys VMAX from Zenith. Such a stunning card in person. One I've held on to. Glaceon V, not another terrible pickup. I don't know. I'm not sure what the price is now. And I think if it didn't dip, I would say don't buy it. But if it did dip, go ahead. So those are my recommendations on some of the cards that I would be picking up right now. Any Aerodactyls from base set, another good pickup. I think these are just really good pickups for under $20, especially if you can find any mint copies of Aerodactyl. There was a couple other, Alakazam. Definitely a good card to get. Beautiful card. I mean, as much as I don't really like 151, how cheap the prices are right now are pretty disgusting. And Galley Level X is another good one. This is a dirt cheap, under $30 card. Beautiful card, honestly. I wouldn't even sell mine. Blastoise from base set. Not another bad pickup. If you can find them for the $100 range, which is a little tough, but you might come across one. The Mew from 151 and the Mewtwo. Those are all very good pickups in my opinion. And something else that speaking of promos, we gotta talk about this promo in specific. The Espeon from Fusion Strike 3-pack blisters. This card right now you can buy for $3. And it's crazy. These 3-pack blisters are $65 now. I wish I never opened a bunch of them. This card in a PSA 10, it sells for $200. So just another sick card that has some potential, in my opinion. And another one that I think a lot of people are sleeping on is the Charizard from Champion's Path. The promo. It's just another really good card. That's why I personally grabbed a lot of Champion's Path ETBs. I just felt like it was really worth it for the promo alone. So those are some of my top recommendations. And like I said, the Gengar, the Moonbreon, also in PSA 10, I still think are good buys right now. The Leafeon and Glaceon, I think, are good pickups. The Glaceon's kind of meh. I would get the Leafeon over the Glaceon if you have to pick one, because the Leafeon just seems to be more of a solid card in my opinion. I like the Leafeon better. Some people may disagree with me, but either way, those are my top recommendations. Bubble Mew's another one. I don't know. I don't see that card getting much cheaper. And like, those are really the main ones. We said Lugia. Like, that's really my main, like, list of cards I would be chasing after. I'm trying to think if I'm leaving any out. So we covered everything on Stellar Crown. The Ghastly from Temporal Forces, I still think is a really good pickup. Chilling Reign booster boxes, obviously. Prismatic Evolutions premium collections. And Pokemon Center ETBs. And what else we got on the list? 151 PC ETBs. They've just been doing really good, so I mean, if you can find a good deal, sure. And Fusion Strike cases. Definitely Lost Origin cases at the 3K. I just think you're not going to lose money on these. I really don't. Lost Origin is just too good. Those are my real recommendations of what I would mostly be going for. Another underrated card that I forgot about, too, is Iron Moth. I still just think, for how cheap it is, this is a gorgeous card that I don't know why people sleep on it. But, like, when you actually see this in person, like, I think it just recently dropped a lot. It is such a good card to buy, especially at the current prices. I mean, you really can't go wrong. Yeah, I've always liked Iron Moth. It's always, I have Iron Moth in Pokemon Masters, and he fucking kicks ass. Like, Iron Moth's the shit. Especially at Masters, dude. That thing kicks ass. If you ever played Pokemon Masters, you know. I just pulled the Exeggutor in Pokemon Masters yesterday. Got it out of a single pull, which is like so hard. It's like pulling like Gengar out of a pack, out of like 3 packs. I was pretty pumped for that. Pokemon Masters, guys, I'm telling you, if you don't have an account yet, you should really make one, because there are some really expensive ass chase Pokemon, and like, you can build a multi-$1,000 account. I personally think Masters accounts in the future, if they're loaded with shit tons of Pokemon on it, I think they're going to be like $10,000 accounts. Like, my account right now, I've been playing for like 3 years, I think, and I have like some of the best Pokemon on my account. And I mean, honestly, like, you had to be around at specific times and playing the game, I mean, to get a lot of these Pokemon. And I just think one day people are going to spend thousands on these accounts. I mean, they already kind of are, but I think it's going to get a lot worse when people realize how much like more fun Pokemon Masters is than like the cards themselves. You know. So I personally think it's really a good time to get into Pokemon Masters. It's free on your phone. You can download it for free in the App Store, and it's just a really fun game to play. I mean, I highly recommend it. I honestly enjoy it more than I do Pokemon. That's why I usually play it more than I open up Pokemon itself. I enjoy doing pulls on Pokemon Masters way more than I do like Pokemon Pocket or like opening packs. So a lot of you ask like, well, how do you keep all that and then like not open the shit? And it's like pretty much by doing that, you know, like instead of opening Pokemon, I've realized it's cheaper to just play slots and use that as entertainment and play Masters. You know what I mean? Like, so you don't open your shit and you just kind of leave it sit. So that should be the saying, don't open your shit and leave it sit, you know? But yeah, so those are my recommendations, though, of like the stuff I would really be eyeballing at the current times, and maybe consider pulling the trigger on some of these, especially if you can find them in mint condition. You know, a lot of these singles, yeah, it's just, you know, I think a lot of singles are undervalued when you run the math on it. I mean, like, the Lugia V is like a perfect example. It's such a gorgeous card. I mean, it really is. I mean, it's a stunning, beautiful card, and it's so cheap. I mean, even Alakazam. You know, like it's a beautiful card. As much as I dog on 151, I don't deny the cards are cool looking, but they're just not worth anything. So that's why I don't think 151 is going to perform quite as crazy as people think. And I know that's like such a hot take, and like, you know, people are like, well, how can you hate 151, bro? I've never heard anyone say that. And it's just like, I don't hate the set, but it's just like the cards aren't worth anything, and they're around a lot, you know, and God, they printed the living hell out of it too. I mean, you know, it's going up now, but I don't know, like, I just don't like 151 when you compare it to like a set like Prismatic. I mean, like, really, like, compare these sets, guys. Like, am I the only one that thinks this? Like, when you compare Prismatic Evolutions to 151, look at the chase, bro. Like, you're chasing a $200 Charizard, or you're chasing, like, a, what, $700 fucking Sunbreon? I mean, like, is that even a fucking comparison? And then the next best card's Blastoise, which is $60. Venusaur is $60. I mean, like, and Alakazam is 30. Like, essentially, that's most of the cards. And then, like, some IRs that are, like, you know, like $20, $30 each. Like, that's the whole set. The whole set's worth, like, $300. It's not, like, you could pull every card in the set. You could buy every card in the set for the price of, like, of $400. Like, $400 would buy you the whole set, or 151 UPC. You could literally buy almost the whole master set of 151 for, like, $400. I mean, don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure. A Prismatic, the whole set's like thousands, bro. Like you're not even in the same league. You're not even in the same league of comparing, in my opinion. And that is why, my friends, I say 151 is garbage when you consider the real option of Prismatic. I mean, $220 for a Prismatic UPC, and sometimes less, and you're looking at 151, and it's just like fucking almost $400. Like, that's why I say it's trash compared to other options. It is, you know? And that's just the truth. Even Destin Rivals is doing, in my opinion, it's a better set than 151. The chase card's there, you know, and that's why I say 151's not as good as people think it is. And you know, sometimes you just have to, like, not go with what everyone else thinks, you know, or that's what gets you cooked. I mean, if you went with what everyone thinks about Greninja, you would have got cooked. So you can't go with, like, what other people think. You kind of got to, like, have your own opinion of what you really see in the market. You know, like, I'm seeing, you know, a hot garbage set 151, because that's what it is. It's hot garbage. And a tier fucking S tier set Prismatic, like, built like Evolving Skies, and it's cheap as hell. Like, you can almost get two 151 UPC for two Prismatic UPCs. You can almost make that happen. Come on now. It's time to wake up. And the Prismatic Pokemon Center ATB at 250, it was like 350. Like, it was pumping until the last reprint. So if you don't think that shit's gonna pump again when the reprints are done, and Prismatic is just going to, like, probably shoot into the moon, I don't really know what to tell you, man. It's an unpopular belief. A lot of people think otherwise. Like, Pokemon Joey's like, buy as much 151 as you can get, bro. But it's just like, I don't think that's the move. I really don't. I think you're going to be stuck just with money that doesn't move. I think it would just be dead for a while at 400 a UPC. I think it would be dead for a while at 600 for a Pokemon Center ETB. I think it would be dead for a while at 300 for a regular 151 ETB. I don't know, man. I think it'll be dead money for a while. I could be wrong, you know, but that's just my opinion. And like I said, I can be totally wrong. I mean, have your own opinions, you know, like, you can disagree with me and everything I'm saying, or certain things I'm saying, you know, because we're not all going to agree on everything, which is perfectly fine. That's normal. You're not supposed to really agree with everything each other says. I'm sure some of the cards that I think are good, you guys probably think are junk. I mean, it's just, you can have your own belief, you know, and that's fine. But my belief is, I don't think 151 is like an S tier set. It's not like an Evolving Skies. You know, there are just, there's a massive difference. It's not as good as Evolving. It's not as good as Fusion. Like, people actually have this argument that 151 is better than Fusion Strike, which I think is the dumbest fucking argument I've ever heard. And most people would say 151 is way better than Chilling Reign, which I think is just total bullshit. 151 is not better than Fusion Strike. I mean, we are talking a $1,300 chase card. Plus you have the Espeon, another banger. I'm not saying any of these sets are good to open. To open all these sets are garbage. But for investability and desirableness, Fusion Strike is loaded. You know, you got the Gengar, you got the Espeon, you got the Mew. They're all kind of undervalued right now. It's a good set. And you have the Celebi, which I mean isn't expensive, but it's still, and there's a few other decent cards too in Fusion. It's not just that. You have the Mew V, another, good card. But yeah, with 151, it's a pretty fucking dead set. Like, yes, prices can rise on 151 stuff, and I mean that does happen. And it might in the future. It's hard to tell. But I'm just saying, as of right now, it's not as like great as people think it really is. And, I'm just saying a trade I'm actually doing, I'm trading one of my 151 UPCs for a prismatic UPC, money, and another Squirtle IR. And I think that's a good idea, because I think the SPC will probably pass the UPC, the 151 UPC. So the money I'm getting plus a free card basically, and I feel prismatic will probably pass 151, and then I'll be getting more attendees when I hit someone up and they're like, well, I'll trade you my 151 UPC and money for your prismatic. You know what I mean? And you can do like some fucked up shit like that when you're invested in every UPC like I am. And it works if you know what you're doing, so just a method that I use of determining like if I'm going to do a trade or not. And yeah, like in my opinion, you can't go wrong. Now, if I just took cash, it's like, yeah, okay, I'd just cash out and get 370. But in my opinion, I'd rather get the SPC really cheap, almost $100 in cash, and a fucking Squirtle for a 151 UPC. You know what I mean? Like, that is just like a no-brainer to me, But I will gladly take advantage of the 151 fanboys, bro. I don't give a fuck. Like, if you're that stupid and you think 151's better than prismatic, I mean, I will gladly trade you some UPCs. So hit me up. You know what I mean? Sorry, I feel bad taking advantage of stupidity, but sometimes you just have to. Like if people are willing to be that stupid, sure, I'll do it. You know what I mean? So that's just a way you can operate. I mean, hey, you're making someone happy. They want the 151 UPC. They don't like prismatic. So, I mean, you're doing them a favor. They believe in the 151 more. Sure, have at it. So, anyway, that's just my opinion on the issue. At 400 a UPC for 151, how much higher do you think it's going to go? I mean, Celebrations UPCs, God, they're so old now, and even those are like, I think, I don't know the exact price on them, but I'm pretty sure they're only like $400 or $500 too. They're not like crazy. What are they up to? Like 800 by now, guys? I'm not even sure. I haven't checked them in a minute. But yeah, like even those kind of like top out at a certain point. So that's why, like, yeah, 151, it's a cool UPC, but yeah, when you compare it to like other sets, man, Prismatic has its ass, like it's handy 151, an ass whooping, in my opinion, So you can, hate on what I'm saying or not, but that's just my opinion on the market, cards I'd be picking up, and, trades that I would be considering if you have 151 UPCs or prismatic UPCs of what I would do. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thanks for sticking around for 18 minutes. You guys are real fans. And we love you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something. And we're out.